So, ladies and gentlemen, now I am so honored and happy to be able to introduce you one of my personal heroes, if I may say so, and a true role model for so many girls and women, not only in Europe, and that is Neelie Kroes. Neelie Kroes is the Vice President of the European Commission. It's not her first term as Commissioner. The first 5 years as Commissioner, she was in charge of supervising that no company gets too big and is dominating the market. So she was steering the competition rules in the EU, and she was one of the most powerful women then already. As Vice President of the Commission in this term, to that power she added the political vision, because she's now in charge of digital agenda, an area where we all know is the future of our work, of our lives, and she's the one who thinks of the concepts and the implications of what that means, a digital agenda, to have one and to set one. And I'm absolutely delighted to have her here, because she can give us many insights, because in her career, in her impressive career in corporate world but also in politics, she's been in a lot of situations and gained a lot of experience where we can all benefit from. And with that, I will first like to show another video which has been sent to us by her people, which we all have not seen, so I'm quite excited about that. And after that, it goes straight to Neelie, and we can be listening to what she has to say to us. Please, the next video.
Good morning, everybody. Here is the proof where Mr. Kofi Annan was talking of young girls. They got the message, those 3 girls, and we have to follow them. So there is hope for the younger generation, is aware that it is not anymore pink and princesses. It is just up to yourself what you prefer, and that is also giving opportunities. And therefore, rightly said by the chair, I'm delighted to be in your midst, and rightly said, it's my 2nd term in the Commission, and first term competition policy, and everybody was deeply impressed by that portfolio. And when I got this portfolio, people were just mentioning to me in the street, congratulations with your 2nd term, but poor you with this portfolio. And my answer was, it is the most important portfolio, for this is giving an opportunity to link every citizen wherever located, what age and what background and what situation in the family. This is giving opportunities, and therefore it is absolutely a main crossing at the moment that we are aware that digitization is a fact. It's not a matter of are you in favor, yes or no, it is a fact, and we should take those opportunities to get that balance in the gender. No doubt about that. And sometimes people are asking me, what if it had been Lehman Sisters? And today, still facing an economic crisis, not only in Europe, we have to answer that question. And of course, we need to invest in jobs, we need to invest for the future, we need to invest for growth in the future, hope for the future, and therefore it is so important with the possibilities and opportunities of the digitization. Those are imperatives. You just can't ignore at the moment. We are here about to get your input too. Would the world look the same if it had been not Lehman Brothers, but Lehman Sisters? It is a very interesting question. And when I was still the Commissioner for Competition Policy and involved in the banking crisis for the state aid, people were asking that question. And my answer always was, and that is a personal answer, yes, it would have made a difference. Why? Because women, and of course I'm aware it's black and white, but in general women are far more sensitive what is at stake, are far more able to work in a team, are far more able not showing egos and not going for that. For me, one thing is clear, we can't afford to just miss so many talent. And accepted ways of thinking aren't going to get us anywhere new. And that is the main issue. If you are back home and people are asking you what was all about in Brussels, I sincerely hope that that clip of the 3 girls getting another way of thinking, a mindset change, and indeed out of the box thinking is inspiring us to take opportunities to start with the younger generation. One of the issues that is at stake at the moment this week is coding week. And some people, when we had a meeting of the college of the Commission, every Wednesday we have a meeting of the Commission, and my neighbor, and I wouldn't mention his name, when I was mentioning that a 13-year-old girl was addressing me when we had a big digital assembly in Lithuania a couple of weeks ago, and the 13-year-old girl was addressing me and was saying, "Madam, please listen to the younger generation when you are touching upon education, for we are more aware what is wrong with education than the older generation is." And when I was mentioning that, my colleagues were asking, and what did she continue to say? And I said, she said, in just the first grade you should have coding. And my neighbor was asking, what is coding? Can you imagine not knowing what coding is? So if that is still the case, where are we, and not in terms of women's equality, but in general terms? We need a stronger and more competitive economy, and we need all the talent. And when it comes to how society treats women, we have come a long way. When I was starting as a Dutch member of parliament, and that is a long time ago, that was end 60s, beginning of the 70s, I remember listening to a debate in Parliament led by another deputy, older and of course male. And I didn't agree with him and had a serious political point to make against his argument. A point based on facts and figures. Yet when I intervened to make that point, the only response he made was to compliment me on my looks and clothes. And my answer was, well, let's go for what is really at stake. By the way, your outfit is horrible. For I couldn't appreciate that type of arguments and just beating them. Not engaging with the issues that mattered to my and our country, but just engaging in effort. Well, I didn't stand for it then, and I wouldn't stand it for now. Today, we are not in the 70s anymore, and thanks heaven. Young women today don't have to stand for that kind of thing, not as often anyway. That they have a wider horizon, they have greater opportunities, fewer people telling them what they can and can't do as women, but look a bit closer and there are still many areas where, for one reason or another, women are missing out. If I'm mentioning to you that last Saturday there was a party convention of my party in the Netherlands, and it was presenting the list of potential candidates for the European Parliament. The list was 22 candidates. Guess how many women? 3. It is a shame. It is really a shame. And I will fight, I can assure you. But if that can be still in 2013 taken place, then I think there is still not the mindset that we need. But look a bit closer. The sector I'm now responsible for is a case in point. Information and communication technology is an amazing and an innovative platform. The tools you have at home, the tools you have at work, or even in your pocket are changing everything we do. What we do, how we do in every area, and you can think of. And nowhere do you see the many applications of that technology more than in the sector of web startups. It's among Europe's web entrepreneurs that I see the most innovations, transformations and inspirations. Most of all, it's where I see the hope for our future, to create ideas, to generate jobs and open up opportunities. Europe needs to better support those startups in terms of culture, in terms of resources and in terms of recognition. The Startup Manifesto, prepared by a team of top European entrepreneurial talent, contains some clear ideas for what we can do. 22 actions with already 6,000 signatures and counting. Creating growth and jobs through a better environment for all entrepreneurs, whatever their gender is. Yet women, in particular, are missing out. Especially among ICT sector entrepreneurs, fewer than 1 in 5 of whom are women. Only 3% of women with a degree have it in ICT, compared to nearly 10% of men. And then it even gets worse. Only 1 in 7 women with an ICT degree then go on to work in the ICT sector. And even many leave the sector mid-career. So you have not enough women among managers and decision makers, and not enough women among the communities that matter, the entrepreneurs, like angel investors and venture capital. And let's not forget the girls and the young women out there. And what I was already mentioning, it is European Code Week. The young woman who launched the Code Week is Slovenian. She wants to get everyone in Europe coding, because it is a skill that we will all need. She has mobilized in her own. She has mobilized over 2,000 coding activities across our continent, involving kids, teachers, coders, startups, parents and grandparents. Coding is fun, and she wants everyone to know it, but she does not know how to get her local politicians interested. Can you imagine such a talent who can just make it move, and your local politicians, you can't get their interest. What she told me, she may not vote in the next European elections. She mentioned that to me because she believes that we, the politicians, are not listening to her. And let me remind you why this matters. Exactly, and Kofi Annan was mentioning that 120 years ago, women were first given a national vote in New Zealand. So we are celebrating today an anniversary. It was a change following a long campaign. The petition for female suffrage contained tens of thousands of signatures 120 years ago. So that was not by plane or whatever. And all the signatures were handwritten onto a scroll 250 meters long. Kate Shepherd physically took it to the New Zealand Parliament and dramatically unrolled it right there in the chamber. That was a big success. Universal suffrage followed later that year. But today we have far more modern tools for political campaign, digital tools. From brave young girls blogging for a girl's right to education, like Malala Yousafzai, awarded the Sakharov Prize last week, to social media tools that give citizens a new way to interact with their representatives, to online campaigns that can give a platform to desperate, deserving political causes. In short, digital is taking over politics and giving a new voice to the people and to women. But politics is just one example. This tool opens up so many new opportunities, from connecting with distant family to new ways to promote your bright business idea. No longer a tool for teenage boys in lonely bedrooms. It matters for everyone. From hoteliers to health workers, doctors to designers, whatever you are doing, digital tools can probably help you build new, vibrant and active communities. And that is why ICT skills are the new literacy. And meanwhile, the EU internet economy is growing fast and generating jobs in its wake. Indeed, soon the ICT sector could face a shortfall of nearly 1 million workers because not enough people have the right skills. And already the European app economy alone employs 800,000 people, and that was a creation of the last couple of years. Some of them working to become the next millionaire, Mark Zuckerberg or Martha Lane Fox. Others just pursuing a hobby or supporting their community. And that change is good for our economy and good for our society. But it also means that if you are not on board with digital, you are in danger of missing out on a huge opportunity. And that worries me. Our society needs change, needs innovation, and the digital sector can provide like no other. So if we are missing women, we are missing out. Every woman in Europe needs to seize the opportunity, because every woman working in this sector brings a triple boost for themselves, for their employers, and for the economy. And it's fun. Women in the ICT sector earn 9% more than in other sectors. And it is a great career. It is fun. It is challenging. It is creative. Organizations that are more gender inclusive get a 34% higher return on investment. And if women held digital jobs as frequently as men, the annual gain for the European economy would be around 9 billion euros. Well, that's not coffee money, so to say, 9 billion euros. Just imagine how many computers we can buy for schools with that money. In short, I'm glad that women are trying to improve their communities by going into politics. But, dear friends, this is only the first step. Women are not taking up the opportunities available in ICT, and that worries me. It worries me that they don't feel they have the freedom and confidence to work in this sector. It worries me that they might feel excluded or that the sector is not for them. It worries me that our economy is underperforming as a result. It is time to tap that huge talent pool. And we are running out of time. And I was already aware that we are running out of time. So I'm in a hurry. And I'm even more in a hurry after a conversation with my granddaughter. She is 6 years old. She is American and Dutch. She's living in San Francisco. And every Sunday afternoon we are Skyping. And not that long ago, she was just asking me, "How old are you, Grandma?" And I said, "Well, I'm 72. She said, "And you are still alive?" and that for me was the best warning. I have to hurry up and I need you. We have to do it together. Thank you.